love it. I've read like a couple chapters in, but I love the concept of it. They're only going to do a half day of skiing because 3 months that are strict and okay, so if there's anything about skiing on, but I think the fun is kind of over, and now I think it's off this morning. There's like an Irish pub, and there's like a Vermont thing where there's nothing. But it's kind of really relaxing to like be chilling in a hotel, just reading, kind of dry day. Got to Vermont last Thursday. Did a week today.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a 24-hour readathon, like you saw in the title of the video. Actually, I'm starting the vlog absolutely not talking about books. I'm currently watching the planes from France to London because yes, I am currently in Japan, but I really want to go back to England. I'm looking especially for next year. I was also looking at the Inter-Rail pass. I don't know if you know about that, but it's like a European pass where you can like take multiple trains in like a month or 2 months, and it's like so cheap. And I'm currently watching that, how much is it and everything. But I think I'm gonna do that next year because going back from Japan, I will have like 0 economies. So I have to work to go to another destination. I want to do that since my last year of high school. But I was a bit scared, to travel alone. But I think that now I can literally go not anywhere because I don't want to put myself at risk. But I can go to so many destinations now and I'm not scared at all. So yeah, but I wasn't planning to talk about that today because today is a 24-hour readathon. It's currently 9:35. I think I'm gonna start the challenge at 10 a.m. because I have things to do, like do my laundry, prepare myself. But after that, I'm going to start the challenge. While I do my little makeup, I'm gonna explain to you how I'm gonna do the challenge. So I'm gonna do 24 hours readathon, but I am actually gonna sleep tonight because I want to spend a good time reading my books. And I know that if I don't sleep, I'm just gonna be a zombie. Okay, so the first book I'm gonna read is God Bless America. I already talked about it on this channel a little bit because you know how I don't really like this book. To give you a bit of context, we follow Max Zajac. It's a Polish kid living in a poor neighborhood, like a Polish poor neighborhood in the New Jersey after the Second World War. So we follow him from the age of like 4, I think, to like, I don't know. Right now he's like 11, I think. It's very Catholic. Like, no, the book isn't Catholic. He goes to a school, a Catholic school, with like nuns that are professors. Actually, my grandmother was a kid around this period, just after the World War. She was older than Max. She was telling me that during the World War, her professors were nuns. It was a thing back then, even in France. And she told me that it was atrocious because, well, when we think of nuns, we're like, oh, it's like Catholic sisters that are really nice to you and everything. But like my grandmother experienced it, in the book, like the nuns are, sorry for the term, but they're bitches. I know that all the nuns are not like that, thankfully, especially around kids, but many nuns and priests are like that around kids. Like they hit the kids, they abuse sexually. Yeah, because in the book also, like a priest abuse Max. So I have multiple trigger warning for this book. So there's sexual assaults against child from adults. There's violence between the childs. There's some inappropriate thoughts about sexuality because of the age. I talked about that with multiple of my friends, and they all told me that it was really weird. So yeah, I don't know if it's a translation because I'm reading it in French. I do not really recommend it. It's really tough to read. So if you're not in the mood to read something very graphic, do not read this book. I think it's gonna traumatize you. I'm 247 pages in. Okay, now I'm gonna do the other eyes. I just finished my other eye. Yeah, it's very cute. So the second book is Yellowface by Arv Kwong. I borrowed it at my university library. Actually, I never try to know what a book is about before reading it because I love to have the surprise. We'll see if I like it or not. And the last book that I'm gonna try to read, because I think I will not have the time to read something else, is Reading Lolita at Tehran by Azar Nafisi. Actually, I know what it's about because I read the cover, basically. I think I'm not gonna start to read in my bedroom because I need a change of spot because I just spent all my night in this bedroom. So, yeah, I need fresh air. Okay, so I just reached page 300. I have 100 pages left. Now I'm going to eat and then I will continue my book. My opinion on it now is that it's kind of getting good, but at the same time it's a bit annoying because Max, the main character, he does nothing to escape from his misery. He has multiple opportunities, but he doesn't take them. I prefer him when he's older than when he was a kid because now he's in high school. But this book is, yeah, a bit annoying. But I think it's meant to be like that. That wouldn't be very realistic to have a character that does everything right. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I have for my lunch today. Okay, so it's like some rice balls with some chicken. Yeah, I think that's it. It looks very yummy, actually. I'm gonna take you back when I continue my book. finished my book, God Bless America. It was interesting. I'm literally alone in the office. So like there's absolutely no one. I'm alone. That's not a problem with me, but I think I'm gonna change of spot now because I'm a bit bored. I've been here for 2 hours now, so I think it's time to change of air. My opinion on this book is that it was really good on the end, but I'm not recommending it. Oh, because I didn't like half of it, so I think it wouldn't feel right to me to recommend this book. I don't think it's a must read, but if you want to challenge yourself, go for it. Okay, so the second book that I'm gonna read now is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I'm really excited to read it because it's in English, and it's been a long time since I've read in English, so it's gonna be a good exercise to level up my English and be able to talk to you more fluently. So I think I'm gonna go to the same spot as this morning.
Bien. C'est le pardon. Vous ne comprenez pas, Scott? Ce groupe, c'était mes Dream Girls. Elfie, c'était moi. Vous savez quelle est la meilleure chose que j'ai faite aujourd'hui? Je voulais vous dire que toutes vos voix s'harmonisent à merveille et passez un joyeux Noël.
En cette période de l'année. Mais même si nous aimons nos traditions, on parle beaucoup de traditions en cette période de l'année. Mais même si nous aimons nos traditions, nos meilleurs souvenirs naissent parfois dans les moments les plus anticonformistes.
Okay, so little update. I put it on my pajama and I read the first chapter of Yellowface. If you're asking yourself what it's about, this book is about 2 women who are not very much friends. They just see each other from time to time. They knew each other for a long time. And so there's one of the women, Athena, who is a writer, and there's June, who is also a writer, but she's not as famous as Athena. So I just read the first chapter, and in this chapter Athena dies while she is hanging out with June. I'm not gonna tell how she dies because I don't know, I think it's important to the story. So just after Athena dies, like literally just after, June decided to rob Athena's manuscript. We don't know what she's gonna do with that, but I don't think it's gonna be something great. So I think it's very interesting. Like the first chapter really like took me, so I'm very excited to see what the book is gonna be about. I think it's gonna be about like June taking Athena's manuscript and making hers, because June is a nobody and Athena actually, from what I understood, write bestsellers after bestsellers, so I think it's a bit normal that June is gonna take the manuscript and publish it as hers. I'm sure at some point someone's gonna discover that she robbed Athena's manuscript. I think it's a really great idea as a book. I'm gonna continue it now and see how it goes. Okay, so I think I just fucked up because I spent the last hour on Vinted looking at books. Yay! Oops! Sorry, but it's book related. I also found a really cute jean, but I don't have the money to buy it, so I also searched for Keeping 13 and Binding 13 because I really want to start Boys of Tommen. I'm clearly not influenced by Instagram. No, it's not true. But I made a bit of progress in my book because I also read. So now I'm page 82. My thoughts about the book. Well, it's really, really interesting because we are in the head of June, so the thief, basically. It's fun because just after she took the manuscript, actually, I was like, maybe she's not that bad of a person. Like, she doesn't seem like someone who wants to do harm with the book of Athena. But actually now, well, I'll see that my opinion on her changed very much during this section of the book. A bit of spoiler, please go to the time code if you don't want to be spoiled. So one of the girls at the publishing agency recommend June to hire a reader familiar with the history and language of like Chinese culture, because the book that Athena was writing about was about Chinese laborers during World War One, if I understood everything. Okay, I'm sorry if it's not exactly that, but English is my second language, so please, like, be kind. So I think it's about that. And June Hayward is white as a ghost. So someone at the publishing agency was like, you should hire a reader like who knows the subject. Like, she is like, we risk of doing harm if we don't check any of the Chinese phrases and naming conventions. And she is clearly right. Normal actually to fact check things, even if you did thousands of research. So I totally understand this character to telling June that. And June was like, no, we're not gonna do that. And she literally cried to her publisher, like not cried, but you understand, pissing off everyone about that thing. Hi everyone! I just received the new iPhone, the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So I'm filming with it and oh my god, the quality is amazing. Yeah, I just received it because it's not for me. It's for my brother, but until I am in Japan, I can have it. So it's okay for me. So today is a rainy day. It's not very sunny outside. Jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna update you about the book because I read some pages after I've left you yesterday, and this morning also I read some pages. Yeah, I'm more than halfway in, and I didn't want to forget what I had to say, so I wrote it on my phone, my real phone. At the start of it, I really had to push myself to read it, but I think that halfway in, oh my god, the book took a 90-degree turn. I don't want to spoil too much, but for the people who read it, it's like the chapter where she discovers who is the person behind, the supposed person behind the hate account on Twitter, like the person behind the account of Athena's Ghost. But the problem I had with this book till this point is that it's very, very 2023 coded. I don't know, it's like Twitter, cancel culture, social media. I felt like it was the lockdown vibe. I was gonna say I don't mind, but yes, I mind because I don't think it's very a great vibe. Never liked cancel culture. But at first I didn't know if R.F. Kuang was denunciating the cancel culture or not. But when I saw that first it was hates on Twitter about June, but after hates on Twitter about Athena, who is dead, like, I don't get the hype of hating on someone dead, except if it's like something very, very horrible that the person did. About the character June, I don't really know my opinion on her. I don't get if we are supposed to hate her or not, because of course she does so many bad things and she does little racist act, but I just see that as something that she's not educated on. Another opinion of mine on that book, I like the path that this book take. I feel like it's very critic about our society. It really shows that we need to stop insulting people on Twitter. Actually, I never go on Twitter. I have a Twitter account, but I never go there. This book is very like 50-50 for me. It's interesting. It's clearly interesting. So I'm gonna continue it. Actually, the 24-hour readathon is finished now because it's 9 a.m. Normally, I would have to end the video right now, but I do want to continue this book, so I think that I'm gonna continue it, and when I finished it, I'm gonna give you my opinion on that here on this video. Okay, so I'm coming back to you with some updates because I finished my book. Actually, I finished it yesterday, but I didn't have the time to do an update. So I'm doing it now. My opinion on this book, well, the end of it. So I think that I did some updates where I was like, I don't know if I really love it or not. But at the end of the book, I was really pleasantly surprised. If you don't want spoilers, please don't listen to what I'm gonna say now. It's really weird because at the end of the book, I was really like watching myself being on June's side. I clearly wanted her to do her autobiography because, I don't know, I just wanted her to tell her truth. Because if you don't remember or if you haven't read the book yet, basically at the end of it, Candice, one of her former publisher, actually it's not her publisher, but it's like a woman that worked with her during the publication of The Last Front. Well, this woman decided to trap her into saying on camera that she actually stole The Last Front from Athena, but she did it like in a very messed up way, because she hacked Athena's account to post like ghost picture of Athena. Like, I don't know, it was really weird. Like, she literally personalized a fucking ghost, and I think it's so weird to do that. It's very disrespectful for Athena first, and also like June clearly did very messed up shit. Like, she stole, she lied, she did things that will get her famous on purpose, even though she knew it wasn't something good to do. So I mean, we all know that June is a not so white character, but she's not like black either. She's gray. She's dark gray. Okay. I admit that she is a much gray character, like a very dark gray character, but she is not the devil. I mean, well, so of course, after more than 300 pages, you feel a bit like connected to June. Not connected, but you see her thoughts. Like, she has some very messed up thoughts, but we can also see that she's touched about the situation, and she's not like neutral and don't give a shit about Athena's death. I think that what Candice did was so freaking messed up, trapping her into thinking that Athena is alive, or at least that there's some ghost, some Athena's ghost. I think it's so horrible to do that. Actually, June and Athena's weren't like besties, but they were close friends, or at least they knew each other for a very long time before her death. And she saw Athena die. So obviously she is impacted by the situation. She literally trapped June like a bitch and she lost about it. And she did that for what? Because she couldn't bear the fact that she is unprofessional. Basically, I'm sorry, even if you don't like an author, it's your job to promote it. And if you don't want to promote a fucking book, then you leave the publishing house. I'm sorry, but like publishing 0 stars review on Goodreads is so unprofessional, and I'm sorry, but the house publishing was right by firing her. At least you can do that, but like with a fake account, not with your real account, like with your first and last name. Like, bitch, you're fucking dumb. At the end of the book, Candice published a book like about the story between Athena, June, and everything else. And I think that first, you can't write a fucking book, like publish a book about this story with just like a 1-minute audio. That's why I wanted June to publish her own book. So I don't know if the book in itself is like Candice's manuscript or June's manuscript. I didn't understand that was the ending. So yeah, sorry. Because I think at some point Candice said she wants to title her book Yellowface. So I don't know. Perhaps Yellowface is not meant to be the manuscript of either of them, but that's just my feeling. I don't know. Actually, I really don't know. I didn't really understand the end. So please, like, put in the comments what are your thoughts about the ending. I will really be interested to hear your opinion. If you want to know, now I'm reading Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, because I actually just read books from my university library. It's about, I think, a video game. I don't know shit about this book, but I heard it's good. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and see you in another one. Bye!